Yo, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another gameplay video. I got a haircut. I feel like a fresh man, ready to get you guys this exciting gameplay. So we got myself on the right playing U6 Cabba. This is not the most recent iteration of the deck I've been testing, but a lot of people are interested in it, so I wanted to upload it. And on the left, we've got my friend Nick playing Announcer. This is going to be somewhat similar to Scott Dashy's build that he topped Gen Con with, but a little bit of a less of a red engine. So no Planet M2 in the main deck. More just like ramping to your bombs, resolving them turn 3, and putting on a ton of pressure. So we're getting into this. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with the awesome Dragon Ball Super content that I do post here. So looks like I have a pretty ideal hand on the right. I've got a 1-drop Caulifla for my turn 1 play, and I've got a turn 2 2-drop Kale for my turn 2 play. Nick opening on the left, looks like he has a Babidi combo, which is not too bad in this matchup. Time Magic does kind of hurt the Vegeta Goku Jr. combo, so that is something important to note. So he's probably going to want to hold on to that Babidi for a good while here. Looks like I'm readjusting the camera a little bit. And if at any point, if you guys want to buy any of the cards on this in this video, if you guys are interested in building any of these decks, make sure to use my TCG player link in the description below. Really helps out the channel and costs you guys nothing extra, so helps me keep making videos. Really appreciate it, guys. So going back to my turn, Nick did not start with an ideal 1-drop. Ideally it would have been like the 1-drop Announcer, or it would have been Dende, but does not seem like he started with any of those. So with Cabba, I play the 1-drop Caulifla. I opt to take the life first because the life is not a card that I can control. So I want to see what that card off my life is going to be, and then I want to look at the top 5 with the Caulifla effect. So it gives me a little bit more of what I want to search. Like, let's say I use the Caulifla effect first and I search a 2-drop Kale or a Champa Vados. If the card I'm looking for happens to be the card of my life, I don't need to search for it anymore. So just something interesting that I like to note, why I do that in that certain order. So Nick's looking to objection here. Looks like he's trying to get up to his big play. He's going to charge a black, which doesn't really matter too much because his energy is practically colorless, but he does have a pretty low hand size. He doesn't really have a good 1-drop play in his hand, so it looks like he's going to keep an energy up for defense. I do get that blue-yellow, which is the ideal turn 2 for the U6 deck. My build probably plays a bit less blue than most builds out there, but it's been fine in testing. Normally by turn 2 I can get a blue, and ideally turn 1 I'll charge a dual color. I've been testing hit a lot more lately, and the ability to just free play 1-drops really helps with that charging dual color turn 1. It means you don't really miss your turn 1 play, so you can add a little bit of consistency. But basically we're going to get to that 5 life. It would be nice if we could awaken here because we get the Champa Vados on board, but looks like next turn Nick's going to have a bomb play for us, so we'll see what happens. I searched the 7-drop SPR Kefla that you can fuse with a 4-drop Kale and 4-drop Caulifla. The card's been decent. I think I've cut it from my most recent list, but I was only playing it as a 1-of here, I believe. So not the most impactful card. I was playing it as a 1-of to test it out, but kind of discovered that it wasn't the most impactful card. So he's actually going to charge the Babidi here, which I think is kind of a mistake. I think if Nick resolved Babidi here, it would be huge because I am tapped out, and that 2 triple strike would be absolutely insane. But he's going to go for Goku Oob, a little more of a conservative play. I guess he's worried about the lack of combo power he has to defend it, or I guess to push the Goku Vegeta combo through, which is valid. He also doesn't have the Goku in hand, which is another vital part of the combo, so that does make more sense, I guess. But spinning my 2 Cauliflas back to the bottom of the deck is very good. Very good indeed. I might have like gotten rid of one of the Kales instead of getting rid of the Caulifla, just because like the Kale has crit, and like if I attack him with the Caulifla, at least he'll get early cards off of it. But it is what it is. He's going to attack me for a crit that I'm going to take, put me to 4 life. He's going to draw 2 cards off that Announcer, make back a little bit of card advantage. He does still have a very beefy 25k Goku to swing with because he put the Senzu Bean on it earlier. He's going to go with the leader attack first, try and force me to awaken here. So I awaken and just straight chump block the damage. Now awakening here is not very bad because I want to get the Champa Vados in play, and that's actually, this is a super high impact play here because I awaken, untap a 2 energy. I use one of them to tap his last remaining standing energy, and then I use the other one to get Champa Vados in play. So that was just super high value right there. Give myself a little pat on the back for that one. But no, in all seriousness, that was one of the biggest things the deck can do. That was a very good play right there. Save some damage on defense, out combo him, and drop the Champa on board. I also did get the 30k, even though I only comboed a 10k, so I was 25 to his 25. I did tap him out, which boosts the Cabba Vegeta leader by an additional 5k. Now, I really love the Cabba Vegeta leader. I feel like it does so much in a leader. Like, it has so much text. It does so many things, but I just really dislike the restriction of how much you really can't side deck in the deck. I find that to be a bit unfortunate. So, I guess it is what it is, but I'm going to drop a Caulifla here. Decide to not take a life. Now, once you do get Champa on board, there's no real reason not to tap out unless you have like negates you need to resolve, but I don't feel too threatened, especially because he has a very low hand. I'm just going to use my cards to clear his board, and I'm going to start putting pressure on him with crit, so I'm not even giving him any more cards. And my next attack is going to be a double strike, which is going to basically put him in a very awkward position. He'll get 2 cards off his life, which will put him, I believe, at 6 cards in hand, but it's not going to be very threatening for me just because he won't have a ton of cards. I think I'll have way more cards than him. But I actually decided to pass here and stall his Awaken, which doesn't matter too much because he does have the Pan in hand, but I figure if he wants to Awaken, I'll make him commit energy to do it himself. It's kind of my logic there. Still don't have 5 in the drop though, so I do not have Sparking 5 yet for this Time Magic, so he actually is pretty free to roam with his Vegeta Jr. Goku Jr. combo. He's going to charge a 5th energy with Dende. Still doesn't have too many plays. I don't really think he even needed a charge there, but that's his decision. He's going to play the Pan, draw 1 off the leader. That'll let him get to the 4 life point. He's going to try and apply pressure to my leader here. Picks up another... Is that 3 Vegeta Juniors? Yeah, he's going to be drawing a ton of cards this turn. Oh, I believe it's 2 Vegeta Juniors. So he'll draw a good amount of cards. And Nick doing the smart thing by holding on to the Vegeta Juniors because Announcer can search and shuffle the deck a lot. So you want to make sure you don't rush through all your Vegeta Juniors until you have a Goku Jr. in hand so that you can, make sure you resolve the combo. Because a card like Dende that he's playing right now, it's going to shuffle his deck up and it's going to show that the Vegeta Jr. won't be at the bottom anymore. So that's a pretty important thing to note. And he does have another Vegeta Jr. in hand. So that next turn when he adds the Goku back to his hand, he'll be able to resolve the Goku Jr. Vegeta Jr. combo. He does also have the Mutaito in hand, which isn't too crazy for this matchup unless you drop like the Secret Rare or the 7-drop Kefla. But that is a possibility, I suppose. Looks like I left a card on the table that should be in my hand. I'm just playing this game right now looking like, oh, I have 1 less card than I should. That's kind of weird. He's just going to go Announcer into Cabba. Doesn't want to tap too much energy this turn. Doesn't want to Awaken either. No real big tempo play. I do pick up the card back to my hand. Guess we just didn't need it for defense, but back to my turn. Now I have very big pressure on him this turn. I do have a crit 20k and a double strike 20k, as well as a 15k beater and a 19k beater. So that is a lot of pressure going into my next turn. We're gonna go Planet Vegeta. This would be way more valuable if I hit Planet Sadala earlier on, but I did not. I really like that combo a lot, the Planet Sadala into the Planet Vegeta combo, because it's just so plus, and tapping your opponent's energy, of course, is an incredibly insane play. So I like it a lot. I'm going to search the 1-drop Caulifla to try and get more pieces, more combo power. If I can hit an Awakened Sister off the top 5 here, that would be very, very good. Looks like he is going to play Mutaito, though, and I do have 2 targets for him to hit off of the on the board because I do have only 3 energy. So Mutaito can hit anything that has more energy than I have. So good for him. He's going to get to draw a card off that. Draws into a dead objection, though. Kind of unfortunate. Pretty much an easy charge next turn, looks like. I'm going to go 20k crit at his life. Now, he's not Awakened, so this is going to require a super combo and an additional card, and that's a 30k crit. So that's really, really big. Let's see if he wants to out-combo this one. He does have 2 super combos and 5ks on board, so he can do it, but it's not going to be very advantageous. It's not going to be advantageous either way, whether he takes it or doesn't take it, so that is something to realize. He does draw a negate, which is clutch. Very, very clutch. That's 2 super combos, so that's 30 to 30. And he needs to give up another 5k. Good job comboing the 1-drop black card because Power Burst will just be able to recycle it. I'm going to use Caulifla to tap the Dende. We're going to go leader into leader. I'm just trying to put a ton of pressure on his leader at this point, and I'm stopping him from comboing with a card on board. We're going to go Champa back into leader, but he's going to negate. Strange one to negate, but I guess he's grabbing a negate back anyway. Kale here is really good, allowing me to get back that 4-drop Kefla. And I don't really have the kill pressure this turn, so I'm just going to use the Khalifa to swing into the Dende. Just going to let it pass there. If he didn't already use the Mutaito to draw a card that turn, it would have been really good for him to maybe negate and draw an additional card with his leader, but he already got the leader draw proc that turn, so it didn't really matter. Now we're going to turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to turn 5 here, so pretty late game for an aggro deck and a mid-range deck, not going to lie. But interesting nonetheless. Now he does have guaranteed Goku Jr. combo, and I tapped out again and do not have Sparking 5, so but I'm not too worried about it. My hand is very, very big, a lot of 10k combos. I have the ability to potentially tap a lot of his energy, so not too worried about it. He does have his leader awaken though, which is going to be pretty impactful here. At this point, Nick is just under a ton of pressure. I feel like he probably feels like I need to kill him this turn or it's game over. So we'll see what happens. He does have a lot of plays here though. He has a lot of 1-drop cards that are going to get him more cards. So we'll see what happens with that. He's going to awaken here. He is going to play the announcer to draw 2 more cards. Another Vegeta Jr. that can dig him deeper into the deck. Senzu Bean's not bad. Senzu Bean on double Senzu Bean actually on either Goku Jr. or Vegeta Jr. is just going to make them big for 2 attacks. Senzu Bean is so high value on things that attack more than once just because, you know, that's basically a permanent combo power for duration of the turn. So he's going to use his leader effect to boost both of them. He's going to drop Senzu Bean to boost the Vegeta Jr. Untap an additional energy. So at this point, with him having 4 energy up, I don't really have any shot of tapping him out. I can still tap some of his energy, but it's not going to be too impactful. So we're going to get to 25k to his 29. I do need 5 more. I'll combo the Kale from the board. That is my Sparking 5, which is perfect. He's going to attack with the leader there. That one I'm going to take because I do have the Time Magic in hand, so I'm not too scared of the Goku Jr. Luckily, Battering Laser is not a card anymore, and he can't play the cooler Battering Laser, so I'm not too scared. So seeing that King Piccolo off the top is very good. That's just an additional beater he can play. Does he search it? We'll find out in a second. Looks like he is going to add the Piccolo. Yeah, that's just more pressure. If he, you know, I'll be forced to take a life with this Time Magic, so looks like he'll probably make me go down to 2 life, and then he'll just probably try and all in with the King Piccolo. See how it works. So there's the Goku. This definitely gets the Time Magic so that he can't restand. It means he cannot restand that or the Vegeta Jr. That's pretty high impact. Nick trying to figure out his next best play here. What's really interesting is if I have another negate for this Piccolo, he does have the pan to try and go in, but we'll see how that works out. Yep, he's going to drop the Piccolo. He's got to give up 2 of his battle cards, though. Yep, giving up the Piccolo and Goku makes a ton of sense here. Or sorry, giving up the Vegeta and Goku makes a ton of sense here because they're pretty much attacked with already. If he doesn't win this game, he probably loses. So he's doing the exact play that I mentioned. He's going in at that last 1 life with the pan. He's just going to drop his whole hand. I'm going to drop my whole hand, and we'll see who lives. So that's going to be a 20k pan so far. 30k, 40, 50, 60. So that's going to be 25, 35, 45. That's all. That's 3 super combos. It's pretty clutch right there. 25, 35, 45, 55, 55, 25, 35, 45, 55. Yep, and that's going to be the game right there because I still have a ton of hand to go through. Pass back to me, and I'm just going to go in for this double strike and pretty much end the game right there. So guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about the decks, about the gameplay, about rulings, drop them in the comments below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Again, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.